What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin here. Welcome back to the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show 2024. Today we are at the Cobia booth taking a look at their all new 265 center console here. This is a great family-friendly fishing boat for a great price. Hop on aboard, let's take a look. As always with our boat walkthrough videos, we're going to go ahead and start at the bow of the boat. And one thing you're going to notice right off the bat is the tremendous amount of space you're going to have to walk around and sit over here. And that is because from the previous 262 model of the Cobia center console here, they added 3 inches in the beam and you have 5 inches extra in length. So there's so much more room here for you guys to enjoy the bow seating and lots of room to walk around this boat, which you're going to see throughout today's video. Now, starting off with our forward-facing U-shaped seating, you can see very comfortable. There is going to be a little space for some storage, I guess, underneath where my legs are. I'm assuming this whole entire front section can actually come out and you'll be able to walk up to the front over here, which makes it a little bit of a hybrid between family friendly and fishing, because if you're going out with a lot of people that day, going to the sandbar, you're definitely going to want to include this piece in. But let's say you're going out with all your friends, hardcore fishing day, you're going to want to remove this, that way you can be casting off the bow and everything. Speaking of the bow of the boat, let's go take a look at the anchor well that we have going on in the front. Take a look. You can see in the anchor well here, like many manufacturers do nowadays, they hid the windlass very nicely in there, so it's nice out of the way. You're also going to have a couple rod holder storage up here, so you got 4 rod holders over here, which is nice. You're going to have cup holders. You're going to have railings in the bow to hold on to. Overall, very comfortable and very functional up here in the bow of the boat. The one thing you're going to benefit from definitely down here in South Florida during those hot summer days is this beautiful shade that they added. So it attaches from the T-top to these fiberglass poles over here in the front, and it's going to give you lots of extra sun protection on those hot summer days when you're up here with your family enjoying some nice days on the water. Now, underneath the port and starboard side of our bow seating over here, we're going to have some more storage. So we're going to have a nice little area to store boat bumpers, dock lines, any of that sort of stuff right in there. Maybe your backpacks for the day. Nice, easily accessible underneath our bow seating. While we're looking at the bow storage area, if you take a look, we're going to have an in-floor hatch right over here. We're going to pop that open. Wow, did not expect to see that in there. So we're going to have our battery trays over here. Currently don't have the batteries in here, but you're going to have a little bit of an unfinished well that is going to be okay for storage. I wouldn't use it for a ton of storage just because of things bouncing around. We have some wires and stuff like that in here with the batteries. I prefer not to store stuff around that area. So I would probably just leave this as a wet storage area. You can see you have a bucket storage right over there, so you can fit a 5-gallon bucket. It's not going to slide around inside the storage container. Throw stuff into the bucket. Probably how I'd utilize this in-floor hatch. Now, instead of having a cooler like you're going to see on a lot of center consoles fixed into the forward seating over here, you're going to see you have the option here for a seat that's going to actually just clip up just like that, and now you have room for somebody to sit in the front. And now, just like that, you have some nice forward-facing bow seating, which could be really comfortable. Really meant just for one person. I'm not that big, and I wouldn't try to squeeze 2 people on here. It's gonna be very easy just to fold that back down, and now it's completely out of your way. Now, we do have a bow opening console over here. Some people like it, some people don't. Personal preference, but we're gonna hop into this console here, show you guys how big it is. You got plenty of room to stand up in here. I'm 5'10", and I did not hit my head on the top, so that's always a good thing. You're gonna have a head over here, you're gonna have a sink, couple mirrors so you can look at yourself, make sure you look okay on those hardcore fishing days. But nice and easy to climb in and out of here. Like I said, some people like the side consoles, some people like the bow consoles. Personal preference, but it is really easy to get out, as you can see, of these bow opening consoles. Now making our way to my favorite part of the boat, the helm station. On our way, you guys are gonna see a beautiful leg set that they incorporated into this 265 Cobia. So it's gonna be a D-cut leg set that's gonna fit right onto the console here. So that way there's no wasted space on the floor. When you get those big old round tubes that are planted there, you lose like 2 inches of space, 2 or 3 inches of space with those old style leg sets. So it's really nice to see that they incorporated the new style D-cut leg set right now, right flush mounted into the console. Very nice. They're also gonna have a triple panel glass windshield, which I know a lot of people like nowadays, especially those northern fishermen. But come on over, let's take a look at the console. So the first thing I noticed right off the bat, and I know Cobia must watch my walkthrough videos because of this feature they put in, they have above and beyond put in a little cabinet here, and I'm calling it your phone cabinet. You guys know, if you watch all my walkthroughs, you gotta have some place to store your phone. This is 2024, guys. We all have phones on the boats. I think it's really a safety thing because you want to have it quickly accessible in case there's an emergency, make a phone call, whatever you got to do. But they went above and beyond and put a little cabinet for that. So props to Cobia. Thank you guys for watching the walkthrough videos and incorporating this feature into the boat. But the rest of our helm station over here is going to be pretty basic, but it has all your needs. So you're going to have just some switches over here to toggle on your lights, your bilge pumps, all that kind of good stuff over there. We're going to have a single Garmin display. Obviously, there's going to be room for more electronics on this boat, but this is the one that they brought out to the boat show for us this year. We're also going to, if you look overhead, we're going to have an electronics box up here. You're going to have your VHF radio. It's actually out to the side. There's nothing in here right now, just an unfinished electronics box. I expected to see probably the VHF actually in there. I'm not sure why they decided to put it on the outside, but that is where it is here on this boat. If we take a look, I mean, pretty basic helm station right here. I'm sure you can outfit it with a lot more stuff if you'd like. Some cup holders, a little bit more storage over here. But overall, it's a console that gets the job done. Like I said, family-friendly fishing boat that is at a relatively affordable price here at the boat show. Now, taking a look at the helm seating, very important for your captains to be nice and comfortable on the day out there in the water. Now, you can have your seat either in the back position, which is going to be perfect for standing up and driving, which is how I prefer to drive all the time here. But you can also go ahead and slide it down. Really nice and smooth action there. You hop up and now you can put your feet up here on the console, relax, drive, nice slow no wake zones. This is the perfect way to be driving the boat. Like I said, nice and easy. You also have folding armrest here on the side, very convenient. Overall, very comfortable helm seating experience here on the 265 Cobia. Now right above me, we are gonna have a little bit of more storage here in the T-top, which is always nice to have. Now underneath our helm seating over here, you can open up this little hatch and you will find our battery switches right over here, nice, easily accessible. Now taking a look behind the helm seating over here, like I like to call it, the tackle center of the boat, we're gonna have a lot of things going on here. So we're gonna have little cubbies over here to store whatever you'd like. We have cup holders. We're gonna have lots of storage over here, which is going to be tackle storage, but also keeps the sandbar and family people in mind by having phone chargers and stuff included in here, which is a nice little feature. We're going to have a little accessory holder for your pliers and knives, scissors, any of that kind of stuff. We're going to have another pull-out tackle drawer over here, and we're going to have a cooler that's going to be on a sliding track. Pretty decent sized cooler. I would end up putting, no matter the day, probably all of my sandwiches, drinks, and all that kind of stuff in this cooler. It would keep all the fish and probably some side hatches and stuff like that. But very nice to have it on a nice sliding system. And if we look right above my head here, we're gonna have some rod holders, because you gotta have some rod holders on your fishing boat. Looks like we're gonna have 5 rod holders across the top here, and then we're gonna have 2 kingfish rod holders going out the side. Now you will notice on the starboard side of the boat, we're gonna have our little, I call it like a scuba door. You can swing it open, very easy to jump in, throw the ladder overboard. Speaking of the ladder, they put it nice and conveniently right next to the door, so that way you don't have to go far into another compartment or anything to go find your ladder. Right next to your door, swing it on open, and enjoy those sandbar days. While we're over here, let's take a look at the in-floor hatch. This one's pretty massive, actually. Open it on up. Oh yeah, this is where we're putting all of our fish. So we have an identical one of these on the port side of the boat there as well. This is gonna be perfect to load down with ice. You're gonna be able to keep all those long skinny fish like your mahi, your wahoo, your tuna. You're gonna be keeping your kingfish, all those fish, snappers, throw anything in these fish boxes. They're huge. I don't think you're fitting a swordfish in here quite yet, but you might have to step it up to the 28 model for that. But perfect storage, in-floor storage there. Like I said, for all your fish purposes. We have another one on the port side of the boat as well. Speaking of the port side of the boat, now you're not gonna have another door on the port side, so instead we're just gonna have some basic undergunnel storage. This is going to be perfect for your boat brushes, your gaffs, your nets, any of that kind of stuff you can fit right here underneath the gunnel. Now, Cobia threw in a couple extra storage boxes over here right on the starboard side of the boat. Always great to have more spots to store all your tackle needs. Very nice to see. Now, taking a look at the stern of the boat over here, we're going to have a lot going on again. So right now it's in like ultimate fishing mode. So you can see this really wide beam of the boat and the length, the extra 5 inches that you got, really shows in the cockpit space. You have tons of space to walk around and not bump into one another. That can easily transform into more of a family-friendly environment, very simply by folding up this headrest right here. And a lot of manufacturers like to put these folding seats in, but a lot of them make them almost impossible to open. Cobia made theirs nice and easy here. You see, folds right down. I could have done that with one hand. Nice, big, they didn't skimp out with it. You have plenty of room to sit down. You can fit 2 people pretty comfortably. You have plenty of room to still talk to the people at the helm seat without shouting. Very nice, family-friendly feature to include on this 26 Cobia here. Just like so, with ease, like I said, you can fold that right away. You'll love to see it when they make it nice and easy to use these kind of features on the boat. Over here in the stern though, we are gonna have a little bit more fishing features, like this hatch that'll pop open. You got a cutting board. Take out the cutting board, you can fit a little bucket over there, or we want to throw some baits or anything in there. Perfect for that kind of stuff, chumming, all that kind of good stuff. We're gonna have a couple cup holders here in the stern of the boat. That's gonna be for those people sitting in this forward-facing stern seating. Then we're also gonna have lots of rod holders here lined along the back, as well as a nice fishing feature, a big old live well here. I mean, take a look at the size of this live well. It is absolutely massive. Improved it from the previous 262 Cobia. Nice to see that they increased the live well space with making this boat a little bit bigger. Now over here at the transom of the boat, we're gonna have a big old swim platform, which is actually pretty nice. Like I said, family friendly and fishing boat, so that's gonna be nice to be able to walk around back here very comfortably. You can walk around, honestly, without tripping on hoses or anything, which is also really nice to see, because sometimes it could get a little sketchy back here in the transom of the boat. But this boat here at the boat show is going to be powered by twin Yamaha 200s with the electronic integrated steering, which I've personally used and absolutely love on these Yamaha outboards. This is going to have a max horsepower of 500 for this boat though, so you can put 250s on this boat if you like. You go a little faster. Now the moment that most of you guys have probably been waiting for, how much can you actually buy this 265 Cobia center console for? Before we say that, I will say something that really drew me and Senior Salty's attention to this boat is that it really reminds us of our own boat, which is a 26-foot boat that has a 9.6 beam. One thing that we absolutely love about the boat is the really wide beam on it. It adds a lot of stability. We have plenty of space for us to fish. We absolutely love our boat, and this boat reminds us a lot of it. So without further ado, this 265 Cobia here at the boat show can be yours for $187,000. That is a honestly really reasonable price here. I know you guys are gonna harp on me in the comments that that is not a reasonable price for a boat. Well, it's a brand new boat here at the boat show. It's a new model. It's a very nicely built boat, very great quality, and they really did a great job laying out this boat for a family-friendly and fishing boat for a relatively affordable price. So I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you, Cobia, for showing me around this boat. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button. Definitely consider subscribing down below. Go check out this other video from the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show on the left side of the screen over here from this year. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it as well. And until my next video, remember to keep living salty.